We live in a world obsessed with convenience. Fast food chains grace every corner. Processed snacks line supermarket shelves. This easy access to what we call junk food has created an epidemic. It's cheap, it's tasty, and it's incredibly addictive. But behind the allure of instant gratification lies a dark truth. Junk food is slowly but surely eroding our health, both physically and mentally. The statistics are alarming. In America alone, over 60% of adults are considered overweight or obese. The damage inflicted by junk food extends far beyond the physical realm. Our brains, the command centers of our bodies, are equally susceptible to the detrimental effects of these dietary choices. Studies have shown a strong correlation between diets high in processed foods and an increased risk of depression, anxiety, and mood swings. The excessive sugar found in junk food disrupts the delicate balance of hormones in our brain, leading to these emotional roller coasters. Our cognitive abilities also take a hit from excessive junk food consumption. Research suggests that diets high in saturated fats and sugars can impair memory, focus, and learning capabilities. It's a vicious cycle. We must break free from this cycle and reclaim control over our minds and bodies. The most obvious and visible consequence of our love affair with junk food is the growing global obesity epidemic. We are quite literally what we eat. And when our diets consist primarily of calorie-dense, nutrient-poor foods, our bodies have no choice but to store the excess energy as fat. This leads to weight gain, which in turn sets the stage for a cascade of health problems. Obesity is no longer a condition confined to developed nations. It's a global health crisis affecting both adults and children at alarming rates. The World Health Organization estimates that over 2 billion people worldwide are overweight, with over 650 million classified as obese. The link between junk food and obesity is undeniable. Breaking free from the grip of food is crucial for curbing the obesity epidemic and mitigating its devastating consequences. While the physical repercussions of junk food are well documented, its impact on mental health is often overlooked. Emerging research suggests a strong correlation between poor diet and an increased risk of mood disorders such as depression and anxiety. The high sugar content in many processed foods and sugary drinks is a major culprit. While sugar provides an initial energy rush and mood boost, it's quickly followed by a sharp crash, leading to irritability, anxiety, and difficulty concentrating. The relationship between junk food and mental health is complex and multifaceted. Prioritizing whole foods, fruits, vegetables, and lean protein sources can provide the brain with the essential nutrients it needs to function optimally and regulate mood effectively. Our brains are incredibly complex organs, requiring a steady supply of nutrients to function at their best. When we consistently fuel our bodies with junk food, we deprive our brains of the essential vitamins, minerals, and antioxidants they need for optimal cognitive function. One of the main ways junk food affects the brain is through inflammation. The high levels of sugar, unhealthy fats, and processed ingredients in these foods trigger inflammatory responses throughout the body, including the brain. Chronic inflammation can damage brain cells and impair communication pathways within the brain, leading to cognitive decline. Making healthier dietary choices can help protect the brain from damage, support cognitive function, and promote long-term brain health. Junk food's allure goes beyond just taste. It has a powerful grip on our brain chemistry, specifically the reward pathways that release dopamine. Dopamine is often called the feel-good hormone because it's associated with pleasure and reward. When we eat junk food, our brains get flooded with dopamine, creating a feeling of euphoria. This dopamine rush, however, is short-lived. As quickly as it arrives, it disappears, leaving us craving more. This cycle of craving, reward, and craving again is a hallmark of addiction. Understanding this is crucial for breaking free from the junk food trap. We often associate inflammation with physical injuries, a swollen ankle or a throbbing headache, but Inflammation can also silently wreak havoc inside our bodies, including our brains. Chronic inflammation, the kind that persists over time, is like a slow burn in the brain. It damages brain cells, disrupts communication pathways, and impairs cognitive function. The typical junk food diet, laden with sugar, unhealthy fats, and processed ingredients, is like throwing gasoline on the fire of inflammation. Studies have linked chronic inflammation to an increased risk of cognitive decline, Alzheimer's disease, and other neurodegenerative disorders. We often think of our brains as the sole command center of our bodies, but emerging research reveals a fascinating connection between our gut and our brain, a complex communication highway known as the gut-brain axis. Our gut is home to trillions of bacteria, collectively known as the gut microbiome. These bacteria play a vital role in digestion, immune function, and even brain health. Diets high in processed foods, sugar, and unhealthy fats disrupt the delicate balance of our gut microbiome, promoting the growth of harmful bacteria while suppressing beneficial ones. The gut-brain connection highlights the interconnectedness of our bodies and the far-reaching impact of our dietary choices. The good news is that we have the power to reverse the damage and reclaim our cognitive health. Just as junk food can hijack our brains, nourishing foods can help us regain control and optimize brain function. Think of it as providing your brain with the premium fuel it deserves. Load up on colorful fruits and vegetables bursting with antioxidants that combat inflammation and protect brain cells. Embrace healthy fats found in avocados, nuts, and fatty fish, which provide the building blocks for healthy brain cell membranes. Prioritize lean protein sources like fish, beans, and lentils, which provide the amino acids necessary for neurotransmitter production. Your brain will thank you for it. One of the most alarming discoveries in recent years is the link between junk food consumption and actual physical changes in the brain. Studies using advanced imaging techniques like MRI have shown that people who regularly consume diets high in processed foods, sugar, and unhealthy fats have reduced volume in areas of the brain crucial for memory, learning, and emotional regulation. These areas, like the hippocampus and prefrontal cortex, are essential for our cognitive abilities and emotional well-being. This shrinking is not just about losing brain cells, it's about losing the intricate connections between those cells, the synapses that allow for communication and information processing. These connections are what make us who we are, shaping our memories, our personalities, our very essence. Imagine the very organ responsible for our thoughts, emotions, and memories shrinking due to the food we consume. Perhaps the most heartbreaking aspect of this junk food crisis is the impact it's having on our children. Children, with their developing brains, are particularly vulnerable to the detrimental effects of poor diet. Studies have shown that children who consume diets high in processed foods and sugary drinks perform worse academically, have shorter attention spans, and are more likely to experience behavioral problems. The developing brain is like a sponge, readily absorbing everything in its environment, both good and bad. When we flood a child's system with junk food, we are essentially feeding their brain with toxins, hindering its development and potentially leading to long-term consequences. These dietary choices are also impacting our children's emotional well-being. The ramifications of the junk food epidemic extend far beyond individual health. This is a societal crisis impacting our healthcare systems, our economies, and the very fabric of our communities. The financial burden of chronic diseases linked to poor diet, such as obesity, type 2 diabetes, heart disease, and certain types of cancer, is staggering. These conditions place an immense strain on healthcare systems worldwide, diverting resources away from other critical areas. Moreover, the lost productivity due to these preventable diseases has a ripple effect throughout the economy. Beyond the economic implications, there's a profound social cost. The picture I've painted may seem bleak, but there is hope. We have the power to reclaim our health, our children's future, and the well-being of our society. It starts with awareness, education, and a collective commitment to making healthier choices. We need to empower individuals with the knowledge to make informed choices about the food they consume. This means understanding food labels, recognizing marketing tactics used by the food industry, and learning how to prepare simple, healthy meals. We need to create environments that support healthy choices. This includes making fresh, affordable produce more accessible in underserved communities, promoting nutrition education in schools, and encouraging policies that support sustainable food systems. Most importantly, we need to change the narrative around food. It's not about deprivation or following restrictive diets, it's about embracing a way of eating that nourishes our bodies, fuels our minds, and brings joy to our lives. Junk food isn't just a harmless indulgence, it's a serious threat to our health and well-being. It's a slow-acting poison eroding our physical, mental, and societal well-being. Those indulgences trigger a cascade of negative effects, setting off a domino effect: obesity, diabetes, heart disease, depression, and anxiety. Our mental and emotional well-being also takes a hit. The good news is that it's not too late to change course. Just as we've learned to recognize the dangers of smoking, excessive alcohol consumption, and lack of physical activity, we can educate ourselves and future generations about the very real and present danger of junk food. This isn't about deprivation, it's about empowerment, about making conscious choices that support our health and well-being. Imagine a world where fresh, whole foods are the norm, where children grow up understanding the importance of nourishing their bodies, and where chronic diseases linked to poor diet become a distant memory. This is the future we can create if we commit to making a change. It starts with small, sustainable steps. Swap out sugary drinks for water or unsweetened tea. Choose whole grains over processed white bread. Experiment with new recipes that incorporate more fruits, vegetables, and lean protein sources. Make cooking a family affair, teaching children about healthy choices from a young age. This isn't a diet, it's a lifestyle change, a commitment to nourishing our bodies and minds with the fuel they need to thrive. And the rewards are immeasurable: improved energy levels, sharper focus, better sleep, a more positive mood, and a reduced risk of developing chronic diseases. We've uncovered some hard-hitting truths about junk food, but this isn't about guilt or blame. It's about awareness, education, and taking back control of our health. We're all on this journey together, and sharing our experiences can be incredibly powerful. Have you struggled with junk food cravings? Have you made changes to your diet and experienced positive results? Share your story in the comments below. Your experiences could inspire someone else to take that first step towards a healthier lifestyle. Let's create a community of support, sharing tips, recipes, and words of encouragement. Remember, change is a process, not a destination. There will be setbacks along the way, but don't let them discourage you. Every healthy choice you make, no matter how small, is a step in the right direction. Celebrate your successes, learn from your challenges, and keep moving forward. By sharing our stories and supporting each other, we can create a ripple effect of positive change, transforming not just our own lives, but also the health and well-being of future generations. Together, we can break free from the grip of junk food and create a world where healthy choices are the norm, not the exception. Ready to embark on a journey towards a healthier, happier you? It's easier than you might think. I've created a follow-up video packed with practical tips, delicious recipes, and simple strategies to help you ditch the junk and embrace a nourishing lifestyle. In this video, we'll delve deeper into the world of nutrition, exploring our simple swaps, discover easy ways to replace processed foods with healthier alternatives without sacrificing flavor or satisfaction. Meal prepping made easy, learn time-saving strategies to plan and prepare nutritious meals, even with a busy schedule. Curbing cravings, uncover effective techniques to manage those pesky junk food cravings and make healthier choices. The joy of cooking. Rediscover the pleasure of preparing delicious homemade meals that nourish your body and soul. This isn't about following a restrictive diet, it's about creating a sustainable lifestyle that prioritizes your health and well-being. Click the link in the description below to watch your journey to a healthier you and start transforming your relationship with food today.